Whether you're looking for a chocolatey bonanza or a lighter fruity trifle, you have found the most spectacular centerpieces to impress your guests on the 25th of December. To earn a spot on this list, the dish is needed to suitably festive flourish and easy enough to be made by any amateur cook. So by the end of this video, you are sure to find something that the whole family will enjoy. So foodies, let's get started. Number 1. Summer Berry Trifle. This trifle will look smashing on your Christmas table. Layers of custard and jelly studded with the cake and piled high with cream and fruit. It looks stunning. The preparation is really simple. All you need to do is prepare the jelly and place it in the fridge for 1 hour or until set. Coarsely chop the jelly. Place half the rollets in the base of a big serving bowl. Drizzle half the apple juice or sherry over the rollets. Top with half the jelly and 1/3 of the combined strawberries and blueberries. Spoon over half the custard. Repeat with the remaining rollets. Apple juice or sherry, jelly, and half the remaining strawberries and blueberries. Top with the remaining custard. Spoon the cream over the trifle and top with the remaining strawberries and blueberries. Place it in the fridge until required and you are done. The perfect Christmas dessert is ready to serve. Number 2. Maple Honey Mustard Glazed Ham. Let this honey glazed ham decorated with aromatic herbs double as your Christmas table centerpiece before craving thick slices. The recipe goes like this. First, stir the sugar, maple syrup, honey, and mustard in a bowl until the sugar dissolves. Now preheat oven to 170 degrees centigrade. Line a large baking dish with the 2 layers of non-stick baking paper. Place an oven shelf in the lowest position. Remove all of the other shelves. Use a sharp knife to cut around the shank of the ham, about 10 cm from the end. Run a knife under the rind around the edges of the ham. Gently lift the rind off in one piece by running your fingers between the rind and the fat. Score the fat in a diamond pattern, about 5 mm deep. Start the centers of the diamonds with cloves. Transfer into the prepared dish. Brush 1/3 of the glaze over the ham. Bake. Brushes with the glaze every 25 minutes. For 1 hour and 30 minutes, there it is. Your maple honey mustard glazed ham is ready with even much effort. Simple, isn't it? Number 3. Pavlova. Next on our list is all-time favorite classic dessert, Pavlova. Let's make the recipe very simple for you. Start by preheating the oven to 120 degrees centigrade. Line an oven tray with baking paper. Use an electric mixer to whisk the eggs whites in a clean, dry bowl until soft peaks form. Gradually add sugar, 1 tablespoon at a time, beating well after each addition until the meringue is thick and glossy and the sugar is dissolved. Rub a little meringue between your fingers. If it's still gritty, continue to whisk until the sugar dissolves. Add the vinegar and corn flour and fold until just combined. Spoon the meringue onto the lined tray and use a spatula to shape it into a 20 cm disc. Bake in the oven for 1.5 hours or until pavlova is dry to the touch. Turn off the oven and leave with the door ajar to cool completely. Transfer to a serving plate. Use an electric mixer to whisk the cream in a medium bowl until soft peaks form. Spoon onto the top of the pavlova. Decorate the top of the pavlova with kiwi fruit, mango, and passion fruit pulp. Serve immediately. Wasn't it simple? You should definitely try making this pavlova this Christmas. Do let us know how it turned out in the comments. So moving on to our next delicacy. Number 4. The easiest ever chocolate Christmas crack. Now, this is really simple, but it's truly a classic not to miss. Salty biscuits covered in a caramel toffee, chocolate, and M&Ms. This Christmas treat is super easy and seriously addictive. Now the recipe for you. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees, fan forced. Line a 20 cm by 30 cm slice pan with a baking paper. Along the paper to overhang the 2 long sides. Place crisp bread over the base of the prepared pan in an even layer. Combine the sugar and butter in a small saucepan. Cook, stirring over a medium heat until the butter melts and the mixture is smooth. Bring to a boil. Cook stirring for 30 seconds or until thickened. Pour the sugar mixture evenly over the crisp bread. Place in the oven and bake for 5 minutes or until the sugar mixture is bubbling. Pour the dark chocolate over the crisp bread and use a palette knife to smooth it. Set aside until set. Drizzle over the white chocolate and sprinkle with M&Ms and cashews. Set aside until set completely. Break into pieces to serve. Number 5. Cheese and Bacon Cob Loaf. For perfectly party food, serve up this tasty cheese bacon cob dip. This is truly a mouth-watering recipe for your guests. Let's not keep you waiting any further for the recipe. Again, begin with preheating the oven to 180 degrees centigrade fan forced. Line a large baking tray with baking paper. Cut 4 cm off the top of the cold loaf to form a lid. Scoop bread from the center of the loaf, leaving a 1.5 cm edge. Tear or roughly chop bread pieces. Heat oil in a large frying pan over medium heat. Add onions and bacon. Cook, stirring for 5 minutes or until bacon is brown and onion has softened. Remove from heat. Add chives to the bacon mixture. Stir in cream cheese. Mix until combined. Add cream, sour cream and grated cheese. Season with the salt and pepper. Spoon the mixture into the loaf. Arrange the lid, bread pieces, and slide baguette in a single layer around the loaf. Bake for 20 minutes or until lightly toasted. Sprinkle the top of the dip with the extra chives. Serve warm. Now the showstopper. Chalk cherry profiterole wreath. Now the showstopper, say hello to this year's ultimate celebration dessert. Stuffed light and crispy profiteroles with plums of cherry-infused cream, smothered with the generous drizzles of chocolate and cherry sauce. Christmas is sorted. Well, without more talking, let's check out the recipe. The process might seem lengthy, but it's truly worth it. Let's begin. Begin by preheating the oven to 190 degrees centigrade fan forced and lightly greasing 2 baking trays. Use a bowl to draw 20 cm diameter circles on 2 sheets of baking paper. Place paper marked side down on the prepared trays. Heat the butter and water in a saucepan over medium heat for 1 to 2 minutes or until the butter melts and the mixture comes to a boil. Add the flour. Use a wooden spoon to beat for 1 to 2 minutes or until the mixture comes away from the side of the pan. Transfer to a large heat-proof bowl. Spread the mixture roughly inside the bowl to cool slightly. Use an electric beater to beat the eggs into the flour mixture a little at a time, beating well after each addition until the mixture is thick and glossy. Spoon half of the mixture into a piping bag fitted with a 1.8 cm plain round nozzle. Pipe 12 puffs about 5 cm wide around one of the marked circles, just extending 5 mm over the circle with the rounds touching. Repeat with the mending dot to make a second circles on the remaining tray. Use a finger moistened with the water. Smooth over any peaks on top of the profiteroles puff. Smooth out any peaks on top of profiteroles puffs. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes or until puffed and golden. Reduce the heat to 100 degrees centigrade or 80 centigrade fan forced. Bake for a further 10 minutes. Turn the oven off. Leave the puffs in the oven for at least 1 hour to dry and crisp up. Carefully cut the profiteroles rings in half horizontally. Discard any pieces of uncooked dough in the center. Meanwhile, for the chalk cherry sauce, place the chocolate in a heat-proof bowl. Heat the cream, sugar, and bourbon in a small saucepan over high heat for 3 to 4 minutes or until the sugar dissolves. Pour over the chocolate. Set aside for 5 minutes to melt the chocolate. Stir until combined and smooth. Use electric beaters to beat the creams and vanilla in a large bowl until firm peaks form. Fold in the jam to create a swirl pattern. Spoon the cream mixture onto the ring bases and top with the cherries. Top with remaining pastry halves. Place 1 ring of profiteroles on a serving plate. Top with the remaining ring. Drizzle with chocolate sauce and top with the chocolate curls to decorate. Lastly, dust with icing sugar. Truly a showstopper, isn't it? So which one of these are you trying for this Christmas? Do let us know in the comment section below. Also, share how it turned out with our viewers. If you liked this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for a lot more mouth-watering content. We will see you again with another interesting video. Goodbye!